It is a movement like they say they've never seen before in the history of our country. That's the movement we're talking about. That's the movement we're talking about. Where in the primaries, more people have shown up for primary votes than ever before in the history of the Republican Party, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. And I mean by millions and millions of additional people. And they're coming from the Democrats. They're coming from people who have never voted before. They've never voted. And they're coming from independents, but they're coming. And in South Carolina, no matter where we go, we had numbers 102% more than 4 years ago. We have numbers, I guess it averages 65% more, but that represents many millions of people. And if the Republican so-called establishment is smart, they will embrace it, because there's no way we can lose. There's no way we can lose. There's no way we lose. And I'm beating Hillary in the polls, but in certain polls, but I will tell you, those polls are not giving us justice, because I'll tell you what, those polls are phony polls when we're not winning every single time. We should be winning every single time. They are not accounting. Like the Wall Street Journal in South Carolina did a poll. Now, they haven't liked me, although they're starting to like me a lot more. They have two beautiful stories on the front page today, so I'm liking them a little bit better today. I shouldn't even tell the story. But they came up with this phony poll, and I was winning in South Carolina, and what happened, I was going to do great, and the day before the election, they came out with a phony poll. I was like 20 points up. All of a sudden, I was 3 points, and it was bad, you know, psychologically bad for everybody. And they came up, Trump's going to win South Carolina. Then all of a sudden, they come up with this poll that was very close. They put it on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. Front page. They never do that. They put it on the front page. Then they came up with another national poll the next day where I was way, way down. Then they found out when I won South Carolina in a landslide, it was a phony poll. And they said, how did you get to that poll? Well, we interviewed only very, very, very conservative people. Well, I said, do normal conservatives vote? Do other people vote? Why only that? In other words, it was a phony poll. It's disgusting. NBC, Chuck Todd, NBC, Wall Street Journal. No, I never do well in the Wall Street Journal polls. It's set against me. But what they do is they do these things, and it's disgraceful. And I'll tell you what, if they accounted for all of these millions of people, don't forget, in the primaries, Hillary Clinton, who's, look, let's face it, she hasn't got the strength, she hasn't got the stamina to be president, that I can tell you. And we have a communist named Bernie Sanders. I mean, give me a break. Now, remember Bernie? Remember Bernie? When the two people came up, the two ladies, young ladies came up, and they took over his microphone. Do you remember that? That's not happening here, folks. We go down swinging, that's that I can tell you. Remember they came up, and they started screaming at him, and he's making a speech, and he's going, oh, and they're both screaming. Do you remember this? I said, where the hell is our country going? And the audience wanted to hear him, okay, which I understand, that's why they came. And they're saying, no, we want to hear him, we want to hear him. And these two people came up, and they're screaming into the mic, and then eventually he gave up the mic, and he walked back, and he was listening to them speak. I said, how sad is that? How pathetic is that? I don't know, that might be almost as bad as Hillary with her emails, but not quite, right? So what we've done and what we're doing is we're going to make great deals for this country, because we don't win anymore, folks. We don't win. We don't even win here with protesters anymore. The protesters end up taking over, and frankly, I mean, I have to be honest, from my standpoint, it makes it a little bit more exciting. And it gives me time to think about exactly where I want to go next. It's beautiful. It's like intermission. And the guys that are near the event, they see some pretty good stuff. It's better than going and seeing, right? These guys are great. Oh, that's my group back there. That's a tough group. Hey, you didn't take much of their stuff. I see that. Hey, booming. All right, thank you, fellas. Good, I appreciate it. But was that exciting? You had a good time, right? That group was very happy. In fact, they're upset that it's over with. That's what happened. But we don't, as a country, we don't win anymore at all. We don't win with our military. It's really, I mean, it's sad. We can't beat ISIS, right? We can't beat ISIS. We don't win a trade. We lose to everybody at trade. At trade, we lose to everybody. We can't win with healthcare. Obamacare is a disaster. We're going to repeal it and replace it. We're going to repeal it and replace it. With something great. Less expensive and far better. Where you have to plan, you have your doctor, you're going to keep money, you're going to go out and negotiate your own deals with doctors, because otherwise it's going to run away. It's going to be portable, you're going to be able to move it around. I mean, you know, the healthcare savings plans is one great idea. There's so many good ideas. There are so many, you have to get competition, we have to get rid of the lines between the states so that other companies can compete, because right now it's like monopolies in every state. We're going to have great healthcare. And you know the amazing thing? It's going to cost, very amazing, it's going to cost the country less, and it's going to cost the people less. I mean, how good is that? And they're going to be tailor-made plans, they're going to be fantastic plans, but the country and the people, you know, Obamacare, your Obamacare numbers are going up 35, 45, 55%, the premiums. And the deductibles are so high that unless you're close to death, you'll never be able to use it. Is that a correct statement? No, it's so high. So you're paying a fortune and you're never going to be able to use it. It's a disaster. Now in 17, it dies of its own way. Because all the people that they didn't want to have, not that they're bad people, but these are the people that aren't going to make the plan fund out. All of the people that they thought they wouldn't have, they're having. All of the people that can pay for it aren't going in. It's a disaster. So it's a catastrophe that's waiting to happen. By the way, Kasich in Ohio brought Obamacare to Ohio. It's a disaster, okay? And people are very unhappy about it. They're very unhappy about it. So what's going to happen is we're going to have great health care. We're going to bring education to a level that it hasn't been. We're getting rid of Common Core. We're getting rid of Common Core.
Thanks. I gotta go.
And we're going to have local education, we're going to have it localized, we're going to have our teachers and our parents and all these people that love our students, and we're not going to be guided by a bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. that's more interested in their paycheck, and they don't give a damn about Missouri or any place else. So we're going to start winning again. But I'll give it to you on trade because, you know, interestingly, when I first came down on June 16th and I said, I'm going to do it. And it looked like the Academy Awards. There was so many, look at all those cameras back there still. But they do follow us, folks. They do follow us.
I hate to leave.
But with all of that, and I came down and I said, okay, I gave the speech and I talked about illegal immigration. And boy, did we have a thunderstorm. Is that right? Rush, I tell this, Rush Limbaugh is all over the place saying, anybody in history that I've ever seen.
How do you get out of here? Which way is down, you know?
Thank you all the way.
Thanks.
Well, I gotta find Jennifer.
Y'all waiting to get in or what?
There you go.
Oh, those are all the protesters.